Hey everybody, this is Nathan Simmons, and in today's video, I am going to be showing you how to download leads by a certain location rather than looking up a specific business. So hopefully all of you can see my screen by now, and I'm going to be showing on the desktop version of Agent Assist, and it works very much the same as the mobile version, with actually just a few minor tweaks that you need to be aware of. So where you're going to go to search leads by a specific location is going to be obviously on the leads tab here on the left, and obviously where it says claim leads. So you can certainly reduce the gray column there to make your screen a little bit bigger. And where I'll first start off with is, so the beauty about Agent Assist is you have the ability to download leads from any location. So it doesn't necessarily have to be in your territory or where your office is. So you have the capability to be able to download leads from wherever you would like. So my personal preference is to actually use the search bar. And so you can actually search in a name, a city, or a zip code. So uh, now, if you search by name, you just need to be aware of that. The example that I'll give is Frisco, Texas, which is here in the Dallas Fort Worth area. So if I were to search the word Frisco, then here is actually where Frisco is at. If you see this on the map, Frisco is actually up in this general vicinity. But if you see, we actually have some other places here down here that are nowhere near Frisco. Well, because sometimes, if you notice, say this business here, Frisco International, then if you search by a city name, then you are susceptible to actually looking up businesses that just have the name Frisco in it. They may not be in the actual city that you are searching for. So you need to be very aware of, if you search by city name, to make sure that you're actually searching for a location that you want, because the last thing that you want to be doing is, searching for Tyler Auto Sales out in East Texas, and, you don't realize what you're downloading, and you download a business that's actually, Tyler Auto Sales in El Paso, and you set an appointment, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, well, I better leave now because it's going to take me a long time to get there. So just be aware of that whenever you're using the search bar. But if you do use the search bar, my personal preference is to actually use a zip code. So if I were to do, let me see, 75006. All right, if I were to do 75006, you can see here, I've got a lot of things all kind of concentrated in a given area. And, the zip code is 75006. So you can actually search the lead, or you can actually click on the leads that you would like to claim over here on the left, or you can even click them over here on the map. And so some of these you can kind of see are on top of each other. So you may have to zoom in on the map a little bit, but that is how you can download those leads. And all you've got to do is hit save the leads. And now those leads will be added to your leads tab. If I were to go back and look at my leads, and I were to zoom in here, there are some of those businesses that I just claimed there in the Carrollton area. So that's one way, is by using the zip code. Again, the only thing that I filtered this by was strictly by a location. I didn't filter this by any other way or method other than just typing in a city or typing in a zip code. Now, the thing that you do need to be aware of is, sometimes you may type in a zip code and it may show up to where it's like, it's almost like the zip code's not allowed. So for instance, I'll use my hometown of 75771. So, my map is sitting here located in the Dallas area. And if I scroll out, you can kind of see there's a big circle here that it's kind of measuring. So if I were to type in 75771, my hometown that I grew up in is actually east of Dallas. And so if I were to hit search of 75771, give it some time, you'll see that it's telling me, hey, no leads are found. Well, I know the zip code is real. And so whenever you're using the desktop version, something that you need to be aware of if you're searching for leads on your laptop is uh, it's only going to search, if you do a search by the search box or whatever, it's only going to search with whatever is in this circle. It's not going to automatically jump you to something. And so if you notice, I've got, basically the center of my circle here is this little blue dot. And so the 75771 zip code that I searched is actually way over here in East Texas, in this area of Lindale. And so if you're wanting to use the search bar to get kind of more of a finite area by zip code or city or something like that, one of the things you're going to have to do on the laptop, and information is right here on this information button, it'll tell you how to use that, is what you will have to do is you will actually have to long click somewhere over here. So let's say I wanted to do, Tyler, Texas here. If you long click with the left button on your mouse or on your laptop, you long click for 1 second and then release that button, then it will reset the circle, the center of that circle. And so now if you look at the zip code, the 75771, you can see I've all of a sudden got some businesses that have popped up. And so don't be discouraged if you're searching for a city, you're searching by zip code. Sometimes it won't pop up. It's just because you don't have the map set up in the proper way. And I really don't know what the reason is for that, but that's just one way that you can get around it. So now, so let's say I have the zip code that I have here. I have 75771, and you even have the capability to actually filter this even further. And if I click my filter button, currently, I'm not going to worry about showing this to you right now, but I can have it actually show me leads that are considered new leads. I can have it show me leads that have been qualified before by somebody or have even had appointments ran on them before. My personal opinion of that is don't really worry about those selections, just because if they're in the app available to download, then we don't have their business. So everything's fair game. Don't think that you're going to have a leg up just because maybe they've ran an appointment with somebody before. So sometimes that can mean the exact opposite. So you can even filter by industry as well. And, in the year 2021, Colonial is actually awarding double the case count for certain industries if you were to open up a group in this industry, as long as they have 5 or more lives at these companies. And those industries are construction, manufacturing, and wholesale. So for the entire year of 2021, it may be something that's worth, marketing to that specific industry a little bit more often than maybe you've done in the past. So you can certainly break this down by different industries should you choose to do so. If you were to select the public sector industry, that even actually has a separate breakdown of, specific types of public industries. Should you want to filter it even further to have it show you those different types of public sector groups in whatever location you may be searching. We also have an essential business leads filter. If you want to, and if for some reason that we get shut back down, with COVID or what have you, you've certainly got the option to be able to filter your leads or show you leads that should be open no matter what the circumstances are. And you can also have it show you businesses that are a certain employee size. You can certainly say, maybe I want to focus on just some smaller businesses and I want it to show me everything that's got 50 employees or less. That way there's, a little bit easier to get into, a lot less levels of, management, something that you may want to do. Now, you could also do the same thing with bigger groups. That's not something that I would recommend, just because bigger groups take a long time to close, obviously, and there's a lot more levels of management that you may have to get through and talk to. Those take some time. And so really, I wouldn't, be too specific about maybe the group size. If you happen to get into, a bigger group, it's typically, I would say, the majority of the time, it's right place, right time. And it's just really because of the consistency and doing it over and over and following your calendar and in whatever way that you do. So, and then the last option that you have to filter things is by, you can actually have it show me everything that identifies as being the headquarter location. So you know, that way I'm getting a location that it says that, hey, this is where the decisions are made. And I can even have it filter it, show me businesses that are the only location that they have. It's a single location. That way I'm weeding out any branches or divisions that there may be. So let's recap before I apply these filters. So I've got the zip code of 75771 here, and I've got it filtered to, I'm wanting it to narrow down and show me businesses that are construction businesses, manufacturing businesses, or a wholesale business that either is the headquarter location of that company or it's the only location that they have. So I'm going to apply those filters, and it's going to reappear some different businesses. And so you can see my hometown's a rather small town, so there's not a whole lot of options right here, but we've got a few here that I can start selecting that I might want to claim for myself. And I can click as little or as many as I would like. And, you can see, if I click over here on the left, it appears on the right and it shows that which ones I've got selected. And so I've got these 6 or 7 leads, and then I can save those leads, and I've now got those. If I were to go look at my leads, and sure enough, over here in the East Texas area, there is those few leads that we just downloaded. So only other thing that I will show you guys real quick, very much the same, is, let's say you didn't want to use the search bar. Again, that's my personal preference. Let me reset and long click over here in the Metroplex area somewhere. Oh, I probably need to go to my claim leads there. Here we go. All right, let me reset it. All right, I'll just long click up here in North Dallas. There we go. All right, so you could do a certain zip code, do a certain city. Okay, I've already shown you that. Now, if I were to go to my filters, I'm going to reset my filters and just go ahead and clear everything. So you can buy a certain location. You can also have it show you, everything within that radius circle that I talked about earlier. And there's my circle. And I'm not sure what the area or the distance of this radius is, but I'm going to go to my filter, and I can actually have it show me, everything from, whatever distance. It goes up to a max of 15 miles. So let's say I wanted it to show me, everything within 5 miles of where I placed or I long clicked that center of my circle here that you just saw me do a second ago. So I can have it show me everything that way. So 0 to 5 miles. And again, if I wanted to go, hey, I want to look at construction, manufacturing, and wholesale, and headquarter and single location. If I apply those filters and minimize that, and so now it's going to show me everything within 5 miles of the center of my radius circle, which sure enough, there it is. And so can then go click again as little or as many as I would like and hit save. And now I've got those leads. So you can see that it's very simple to do so. You've got a couple of different options. I would just say the key thing to remember on these lead section claiming these things are, to make sure that you are aware of the long click from the desktop version, is because sometimes it can, make you scratch your head and wonder what you're doing wrong. So just make sure that you do that, and claiming leads on the desktop becomes very simple.